Hey everybody, Hatcher here from Gaming News, Reviews, and Tips, G.N.R.T, and we're back in the cockpit of our F-18C here in DCS World, and today I want to cover a little bit about the autopilot. First of all, we need to use the UFC in order to turn the autopilot on, so all we need to do is push the AEP button. Now these are all of the different autopilot features that we can use. So ATTH is attitude hold, so that will lock your pitch and your roll. Your heading select will lock you on a specific heading. Barometric altitude is set here up to, I believe, 70,000 feet. And radar altitude you can set and hold at 5,000 feet and below. So currently we're cruising at 11,800 feet. So let's go ahead and implement each one of these here. All you need to do if you want to implement one is colonize it with the button to the left. So if we want to, say, go into a light bank and maybe just slowly go around our target. I'm just going to increase throttles here for a second. Say we want to go into a bank here and we just want to kind of cruise around this area. Well, we can set our pitch and roll using the attitude select, and then we're hands off, and our plane is just going to circle going in this direction all the way around. So that's kind of handy. We can circle in this area if we need to input coordinates or do something else. But we don't want to get too far away from an area. The next one, I'm just going to decolonize that here. The next one, and you can cancel these out by decolonizing or just moving the control stick quite drastically. The other thing that we can do is we can actually hold our heading. Now the heading is actually set right over here on our HSI. So if we look on our HSI and you see this double box, this is our heading. So currently we're at, basically the heading is at about our 2 o'clock, say, or at about, what's that going to be, 40 degrees. So if I were to lock that in, we'd make a drastic turn going to our heading. But let's say I want to set up a specific heading. Well, we can use our little heading switch right down here on the center panel. And if we click it, you can look and you can see that it will move those little double box cars, and clicking it the other way moves it back. Or the other thing that you can do is after you've hit this little toggle switch, the heading select switch, now you can just go ahead and input your coordinates using the UFC. We can just go 300, enter, and you'll see that our double box cars are now at 300. So now if I want to set that as my heading, I go to Autopilot, and now I go to heading select and colonize it. And we're going to see that the jet will turn and then get to our heading of 300 degrees. And there we go. Hands are off the control stick. I know you can't see that, but that was all completely hands-free. Okay, barometric altitude and radar altitude. Like I said, radar altitude you set below 5,000 feet. Barometric can be anything below 70,000. So let's turn off our heading select here. Once we get flat and level, we can actually set our barometric altitude. So let's go ahead, and we're almost level here. So let's say we want to set it at about 13,000 feet. We click our barometric altitude, and there we go, hands free. It has leveled us off, and we are now flying completely flat and horizontal, maintaining this barometric altitude. Obviously, the same thing can be done for radar altitude. We may also want to lock in our speed or our velocity at some point. So let me just go ahead and increase my throttles here a little bit. And I've got this set to a keybind. So now this is your automatic throttle control. And if we want to set it at 300, I just press that button when we're around 300. So we're accelerating past that a little bit. So let's just slow back down and make sure that we get that set correctly. For simplicity's sake, I'm just going to slow down to about 330. And I've pressed my ATC button. And now we're just going to hold that 330, roughly 330 degree speed. So ATC sets your throttles, Auto Throttle Control. So now we'll hold this speed, and we're also going to hold this altitude here. Anyway, I hope you found this helpful. If you did, please subscribe, give me a like, or write a comment down below if you have any questions. I'd be happy to help you out. Hope you found this little tutorial on the autopilot features helpful, and we'll see you in game.